The best drive.
July being Mandela Month, I came across this campaign, man. It's called 750AMPED. It's a campaign that looks at the role young people can play during this crisis in honor of the birth of the icon, Utata Nelson Mandela. On the line, we have Jose Andre, who is the Chief Operating Officer at Pax African Investment, and he's literally going to give us, more insights around this campaign, which is using the power of young people to respond to the COVID-19 crisis in our community. Good afternoon to you, Jose.
Good afternoon, Sergi. How are you doing?
We're great, my brother. Let's talk about this amazing stuff you guys are doing on the ground. It's just so crazy because just a few weeks ago we were talking about how COVID-19 has become a stigma in our community and even in the workplace. How did this come about, this entire campaign?
Well, thank you very much for having us, Sergi. So 750AMPED initiative is a partnership between ourselves at Tax Advisory and the Health and Welfare Seat, as well as the Department of Health, which is aimed at combating stigma and disinformation, particularly amidst socially vulnerable communities. These are communities that have what we call high transmission potential. And the sole objective of the campaign, which is entirely driven by young people, is to, and this is where the name 750 comes from, is to fight the coronavirus 7 days a week, by promoting the practice of the 5 major preventative measures to combat the coronavirus, and in so doing, placing us on a firm journey towards zero infections.
And now, what is the meaning behind the number 750 and behind the word amped that you guys decided to smash it together and name the campaign 750 amped?
So, as I was explaining, the 750 amped number means fighting the coronavirus 7 days a week, by practicing or promoting the practice of the 5 major preventative actions aimed at combating the coronavirus, which is, washing your hands, practicing social distancing by standing at least 1.5 meters apart from other people, wiping your surfaces on a continuous basis, wearing a mask, and so on and so forth. So those are the 5 major preventative actions, and then these, in so doing, we'll be basically placing our communities on the firm journey towards zero infections, which is the whole objective of the campaign. And the amped part of the campaign's name talks to the fact that we've actually got 750 young people, spread across 45 locations in the 5 provinces that are predominantly affected by the coronavirus. And we're trying to amplify the power of these young people by harnessing their energies, giving them proper training and keeping them informed so that they in turn can keep our communities informed and up to date on developments surrounding COVID-19.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing, man. Having 750 young people finding a way to make an income and just leveraging the power of the youth, to inspire this change in social behavior through this training and education. But how's the response been? You have 750 young people on the ground, spreading the message and teaching people around COVID-19. How's the reception been?
No, the feedback has been amazing, Sebi. It's really been amazing. We take for granted that the levels of stigma around COVID-19 continue to rise, particularly because the body of knowledge or the science around COVID-19 is pretty much developing. A couple of days ago, we would have heard from the technical lead and the chief scientist at the World Health Organization, who are alluding to the fact that even amongst the scientific community, every day the understanding of this COVID-19 virus is continuously changing. So if this has gotten people with that level of expertise shocked and concerned and anxious about the modes of transmission and so on and so forth, you can imagine what this means for the ordinary man down the street and what it means for our communities. You would recall that at a particular point in time, there were discussions around the pandemic or around the pathogen being airborne, and then we moved. It was decided that it wasn't airborne, and now we're having that conversation again. But as there's these levels of uncertainties amidst the scientific community, one of the most critical things that we can do in a pandemic is to communicate and communicate and to communicate again, so that people have some level of comfort and they know how to protect themselves. So the response on the ground to our field agents has been completely amazing. They've been welcomed with warm hands in our communities, and they continue to interact on a daily basis and they keep communities informed with the development in the knowledge and in the understanding of COVID-19.
Now, you mentioned this campaign being active in 5 provinces. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you mind mentioning which provinces?
So presently we're active in Gauteng, the Western Cape, the Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Free State. And the reason why we had chosen these locations was because these were the communities that were mostly affected by the pandemic. At the moment, we are seeing, dynamics change. The numbers are rising in the Northwest. They are rising in Limpopo and in some of the other provinces that we hadn't originally considered. But that's where we're presently active.
Okay.
Man, it's great to know there are people doing some great stuff, man, on the ground, just teaching people about COVID-19, because we're all paranoid, we're scared, we're worried. So just to find out about this is actually cool. But if someone wants to read more about what you guys are doing on the ground, where can they go?
Look, people can access our website, which is www.750amped.co.za. They can follow us across all social media platforms. That's 750 Amped on Facebook, at 750Amped on Instagram and Twitter. And we're consistently updating our social media pages, and people can anticipate the exciting app that we've been developing and that which we look to launch soon.
Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Why?